Hi everyone, it's Sean Murphy, founder of Mental Profits. For the last 30 years, people have asked me, how do you get to people's whys so fast? And it's real easy to do. You just ask for permission. What? You ask for permission. I'll show you 3 questions here in just a second how we do that. Let's take a step back. What are we doing when we're having a conversation with somebody? Our desire is to provide enough value to the conversation that we become a resource, a valuable resource. Follow me on that? So why not find out if we can become a valuable resource to this prospect? So here's the 3 questions. Get a pen. You ready? First question. If you're sitting down with somebody and going to have a conversation with them, you want to get value out of your time and you want to get value out of their time. So here's what I would say. Now you can put your own words to it. I'd say, Sean, we're about to sit down and have a conversation with each other for a little bit. Would it be okay if I maximize the time that we're going to put together and get the best return out of it? And make sure that you're going to get everything that you can out of it and that I get everything I can out of it. Would that be fair? Sure. First question, do I have your permission to help? Now, many of you, when you hear that question, you're going to go, whoa, wait a minute. Well, do you have permission to help them? Or was it an information exchange? Have you ever had somebody come to an event, come to a meeting and say, let me think about it? First question, do I have your permission to help? What's their answer going to be? If their answer is no, guess what happened? Your day freed up. Don't you value your time? Shouldn't you value your time? So, do I have your permission to help? Question number 2. This is a tough one until it's not, right? I love the word Jim Rohn used to say, until. Isn't that a great word? It'll be tough until you get very comfortable with it. And I think you'll do it very quickly. So here's the question. Do I have your permission to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable? Why would you ask that? Think about it. If they're going to go after a goal they've never had, they're going to have to think a way they've never thought. If you're thinking things you've never thought, how does that make you feel? Secondly, if they're going to think about things they've never thought, to do things they've never done, to get a result they've never had, that's the recipe for failure, isn't it? I got to think different, do different, and act different to get different results that I don't know whether they're right or wrong until after I experience them. Doesn't that sound stressful? But watch this, watch. Do I have your permission to help? Do I have your permission to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable? And I always say this, I'd love for you to answer that the right way because you're going to love number 3 if you do. And number 3, do I have your permission to take you out of that uncomfortable feeling? And that's when you're going to see them relax. Ugh. So what you've just set the stage is that they're going to hear some stuff that may make them a little stressed, and they're going to hear some solutions that are going to make them feel comfortable. So permission to help, permission to make you feel uncomfortable, and permission to take you out of that uncomfortable feeling. Because guess what now? When you talk about your compensation plan, they've never heard of that. That might make them feel a little uncomfortable. Could you say, is that making you feel uncomfortable? Well, good news is we're probably on the right track. But I promise you at the end of our conversation today, you're going to understand it enough to get started. Would that be okay? Does that make sense? So what we can do is when we find their why, is we need to make sure we can help them get to their why. At the end of the conversation, they're going to be okay. So if you start off with them knowing they're going to be okay, what wouldn't they tell you? You promised you're not going to make them stressed. You promised you're going to take them out of that uncomfortable feeling. So I start off with, why are we here? I know it flies in the face of a lot of the concepts that I was taught. Folks, these are my ideas. These are the things I'm sharing with you. If you decide to use them, use them. But don't compare me to somebody else. This is me. This is my version. So permission to help, permission to make you feel uncomfortable, permission to take you out of that uncomfortable feeling. We're okay with that? Yep, great. Why are we here? Doesn't that just change everything? It's now not about you presenting, it's about them saying why they're here so you can be of best value. Because if you've watched some of the other videos, I've talked about the only reason we do a presentation is so they can tell us how they want to get started. Gosh, that makes sense. Can I do that? I don't know, can you? That's how you find somebody's why. You ask them right at the beginning. What were the 3 questions? You got them written down? Permission to help, permission to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, permission to take you out of that uncomfortable feeling. Then what do you say after that? Great, thanks for allowing me to do this. Why are we here? I asked that. You'll be amazed what will happen when you ask that. So go do that. Have some fun with it. I'm Sean Murphy, founder of Mental Profits, and I'll see you where? At the next event. Now, I know you've met somebody in your organization that this could be significant value for. Share it with them. Oh, do me a favor, click like before you leave. Fair enough? I'll see you where? At the next event. Till then, bye for now.